I heard the Babadook was scary, but I had no idea what to expect. I did see a picture of the creature and got the chills. It would be like imagining seeing these things in real life. Now that would be terrifying. Amelia remembers being in a car crash that took her husband and the father of her child while on the way to give birth to Samuel, an incident still haunting her after 7 years. She hasn't been sleeping well, and Samuel's persistent fear of monsters in his room make it worse. You can tell Amelia loves him, but you also get the sense of her frustration and possible resentment towards him because of the car crash. A mysterious new storybook appears on their bookshelf, and one reading is enough to amplify Samuel's fears. After that, it becomes all Samuel can talk about, believing this monster is real. It escalates to friends' kids and school. Building dangerous weapons he says is for killing the monster. He brings one to school, prompting his removal, resulting in Amelia staying home from work. Samuel scaring the child of a close friend, mentioning the Babadook, resulting in being shunned. While setting up an appointment for a child psychiatrist, she begs a doctor for drugs to give Samuel so they can both get some sleep. But the Babadook puts a stop to that quickly enough. As Amelia grows increasingly more angry at Samuel for acting out, he frequently mentions he doesn't want her to let it in. "Don't let it in. I don't want you to let the Babadook in," hinting that the Babadook will possess and consume you. Man, where to start with this film? At its core, it is a haunted house/monster movie, but so much of this film revolves around the accident and Amelia's and Samuel's loss. The fact that Amelia can't get over it, and Samuel being made fun of for not having a father. To the related conflicts at home, the Babadook ultimately represents the grief as the result of a traumatic event and attempting and fighting to let it go. You really feel Amelia's pain, frustration, humiliation, fatigue. The heartache in her face when she sees other couples together. The inability to discuss her late husband with others. The feeling Samuel is out of control and at times feels like she has no control. The feeling of resentment. The film very cleverly implants doubtful thoughts into your head about the characters, right down to Amelia's coworker that likes her. When the book comes back and she thinks she's being stalked, for a moment you think it might be him. The movie makes a point in letting you know how into magic Samuel is. A personal theory I was thinking of is maybe he's some kind of prodigy and conjured up the book on purpose to help his mom fight through the grief she's struggling with. Who knows? I was thoroughly engaged throughout the entire movie. My heart was racing, yet I couldn't look away. Emotion swells and makes you feel things you'd never expect watching a movie. Ironically, the parts I thought were going to be the scariest, the scenes with the Babadook, were not scary for me at all. And that's only because the build-up of the other events is so incredibly well done, the monster aspect pales in comparison. The sequences without the Babadook are so good. There were a couple of scenes where my heart sank, where I gasped. What the Babadook is causing is scarier than the Babadook itself, which, by the way, is inspired by the man in the beaver hat in the film London After Midnight. The main setting, being their house, is so blue and gray, a little small and almost claustrophobic. Sometimes less is more, as it fits the tone and creates the perfect atmosphere. This is an Australian film that had a $2 million budget from the Australian Government Film Board and Kickstarter backings. $2 million. By Hollywood standards, that's pennies. And considering the budget, it kills most Hollywood horror movies dead. When you don't have endless money to throw at a production, ignorantly thinking it'll fix any problem, then I guess you have to make a good product. What a concept. Overall, all aspects about the Babadook are excellently done, from acting, editing, and directing. Though I'm disappointed the scenes with the Babadook aren't scary, I'm still going to make it a film to watch every Halloween.